I've noticed from that little section is that it takes 3 pyramids to make 1 prism. That means that a pyramid is 1/3 of a prism, whether it be a triangular, rectangular prism and pyramid, or a cylinder or cone. So for our formula for the volume, there are some things that are still the same. I do still have volume equals, and I do still have the area of the base and the height. The only thing that has been added though is that now we also have to cut that into 1/3, because like I always said, a pyramid is 1/3 of a prism. So let's start looking at this one. I noticed that the base of this is the bottom, which is right here, and that is a rectangle. So my rectangle has 12 meters long and 8 meters wide. And to find the area of a rectangle, I know that I have to do base times height. So that means that we're going to be doing 12 times 8. 96. Now that's for the area of our base. We still need to cut that into 1/3, and then we still also need to multiply that with our height of our prism. Now if I'm looking at the height of our prism, that means how tall it is, and right here it tells you that it is 10 meters tall. So we'll need to multiply that. Now you have a couple of options. I recommend that well actually it's up to you. So the first thing is you can cut 96 into 1/3, or you can multiply 96 and 10 first. I like to cut things into thirds first. That way I don't have to do that at the very end with a larger number. So when I'm cutting something into 1/3, it does mean that I'm going to be multiplying it by 1/3, or another option, it's the same as when we cut things in half, I can just divide. And so that's what I'm going to choose to do for this time. So I'll do 96 divided by 3, 32. The last step to do with that is now multiply it with your height, which the height of our pyramid was 10. So my last step is to do that multiplication. 32 times 10 gives me 320 meters cubed, because it is stable. Now I have a triangular pyramid. The reason I know it's a triangular pyramid is because the base of it down here is a triangle. I'm going to erase that so I can see that measurement though. So let's just go around it. Alrighty, so my formula is still the same. Volume equals 1/3 times the base of my area, the area of my base, times my height. So let's start filling in first the area of our base. Since our base is a triangle, I know that my formula for that is 1/2 times base times height. The base and the height are 12 and 10, and I'll be cutting that in half. So far I have this piece right here. I'll need to cut that into 1/3, and then the height of my pyramid is how tall it is, and I can see that it is 17 centimeters tall. Alrighty, I recommend that you divide first, so let's go ahead and do that. I know that 60 divided by 3 will give me 1/3, and that will be 20. So then the last thing I'll need to do is 20 times 17. So go ahead and multiply that. Let's see what y'all get. And your final answer should be 340 centimeters cubed. Okay. Same exact thing. The volume of it is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. And so I know that my base is this circle down here. They were also very nice to give me the radius. So to find the area of a circle, we do pi times radius squared. Pi is 3.14 approximately, and our radius here is 7 squared. We should have gotten 163 and 86/100ths. That is just for this area. So we do still need to cut that into 1/3 and multiply it with the height, which is how tall this is, which is 18. Since 163 is a pretty ugly number, I'm going to go ahead and cut 18 by 1/3. And I know that 18 divided by 3 gives me 6. And so all that means that I need to do now is multiply 163 and 86/100ths times 6. And for our final answer, we have 983 with 16/100ths Since it does not have a label, I'm going to put units cubed.